think end of November-ish last year or something, start of December maybe.
Still here.
Yeah, you did say that though, didn't you?
Yeah, still here. So, yeah, it's going well. It's going well. I mean, I think this is the second day of sunshine in, 4 months since we last did the video. I don't think it stopped raining. So, to be fair, I'm quite pleased with the progress we've made. Yeah, and there's a few plants going in and ready for grouting and get a bit of good weather. And
I think it's a bit deceiving today because you'd think it's been nice for a little while. It does feel a bit summery, but it's been terrible. So I think you've done really well considering how much rain we've had over the winter. Nice to see Tom here today as well, doing planting. So the designer, the guy sort of behind these concepts that he's made you build.
Yeah, and it's nice. It's nice when he's on site. It's like a little royal visit, isn't it?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I always think it's important for designers to set the plants out because for me, they know what their sort of design is about. They know they get the most from the plants, So for me, when a designer doesn't set the plants out, you can't get in their head and visualize where they want things to go. And, they know where things are going to be in sort of 18 months, 2 years time as well, how big things grow, what should be at the front, what should be at the back. So for me, if they don't set it out, I find it a lot more tricky to kind of get the most from a planting scheme. Yeah, it definitely makes my life easier.
Yeah, I think you need an easier life with some of the technical stuff you've had to do here. But the plants, like how they grow, is quite an important thing, I think, because my plant knowledge is minimal. Yeah, I think you can easily get that wrong.
100%. Like what likes shade, what likes sun. Yeah. It's all very important. And to be fair, Tom does a fantastic job of it. You've only got to go back to some of his gardens 18 months later and when they mature and they're just, they're always pretty breathtaking. And I think the planting actually makes a garden. I actually think it's a really, really important part. And you see so many nice gardens on the gram that's like 5% planting, 10% planting, and you just think it's a bit harsh for me. I think a garden should be a minimum of 30% plants. And if it isn't, then I kind of feel like it could add more to bring more to the party in a way. Do you know what I mean?
I have a lot of customers that say to me, "Oh, I love the paving in that photo," and when you actually drill into it, they actually love the garden. And a lot of it is because of the plants and stuff, like the feel of it. And I think the plants, give you that feel.
Oh,
and
100%.
There's some paving slabs that can look completely different when it's just raw, hard, too much hard landscaping, and then they come to life with just the right plant combinations.
Other colours against the colours, isn't it? Greens and purples and whites against the colour of the stone and stuff. It's what brings the stone to life, as well as the plants as the living thing. But it's that brings the stone to life. It's that brings the products to life.
So I've focused a bit of drone work over on that circle that's kind of nearly complete.
Yeah, just grouting. Yeah, weather, grouting. Yeah.
And obviously you have to forgive some muddy, dusty stuff going on because still a working site at the moment. We will
very
be
working
to this place, when it's all finished, because there's a lot to, Paul's in the middle of a driveway build here as well, which looks equally as stunning as the back, I reckon.
It will do. Yeah, it will do when it's done.
But that circle is amazing, mate. The detail work with those picture pieces in the concentric circles, in amongst the Livingston Dune, it's crazy.
Yeah, it's nice. Time consuming.
Yeah, I was going to say, take a while. Yeah.
I think the centrepiece of that, which I'm sure you've got on camera, just the centrepiece probably took me 4 days to lay. And then you probably got 2 days per outer ring, I imagine. There's actually a lot of stone there. It doesn't look massive, but if you put all that out in a line, it's quite a big area.
Yeah, I mean, I think when we made the circle kit for you, and was it 2 crates? So I think when we were ordering it, I was thinking, oh, this would probably only be 1, and you're right. I think it was 2, and it was a lot.
It is a big circle.
Yeah.
I love it. It's probably my favourite area of the garden at the moment. Well, that and the wall. Obviously.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, coming here today, when I was last here, I think you sort of dug out the trench for the footings of the wall.
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe that was it.
Yeah.
But that thing's stunning.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's working with the 40mm coping stones is hard. It's heavy work. They're not light. It's not light stone. So getting those perfect is going to be
900 by 600 40mm pieces here, haven't you? So they're probably like
70
45. Do you reckon more? Yeah,
70 key.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
That's heavy.
Yeah, I mean it's 2-man lift on, 2-man lift off. You got to lift it on to mark it, to cut get the grout joint, and then you got to lift it back off, cut the other side, lift it back on, and cut the next one against it. So yeah, I mean it's 2 days just to get the grout joints cut, and then you've got to temporarily lay it, but unfortunately it's too back heavy, so it wants to tip, so you've got to take it back off, cut another 150mm off the back, then lay it temporarily so that you can mark it out for the curves. Then you've got to cut the curves with like a 4-inch grinder just to score it. Then you've got to take it all back off again, clean it all off, cut it properly, flip it over, and then we've got to route an LED strip. So we've actually got to cut 20mm back into the underside, because even if 5mm of that LED sticks out, it'll actually look really bad. You'll notice it, and the light won't sort of cast on the wall properly. It'll be too bright and in your face. So the LED has got to be hidden in that coping, and it's quite deep actually. So there's a lot of work in that, and then we've got to acid etch it, and then we've got to relay it. So there's probably 3 weeks work for 2 men just in manufacturing that coping from a 6x9 slab. And people don't understand, they see these copings and they think, oh, that must be a couple of days work, or they must be bought from the shop, or I wish. It's a very, very time consuming detail, very, very expensive detail, but it will make the wall. So
it is those bits that elevate jobs like this.
100%.
Stuff you're not going to see that in too many places. Really.
I mean, it's sort of little things like, when you get 2 crates of stone, we measure each slab, and you've got from 43mm to 37mm, which is within the tolerances of the stone. It says plus or minus 2 or 3mm on the pack. So, but what you've got to remember is the 37mm stone and a 43mm stone is 6mm. So you can't put those next to each other, because some people wouldn't care, but for us that looks awful. So you have to start with all the 40s, and then fortunately we had a few extras, so we knew we could not use the 42s and the 43s.
I was a bit concerned. They come from far away place.
Egypt,
and I was like, we've got to have some extras there, because I was thinking you're going to probably need them maybe.
Yeah, I mean 100%. You don't want to be sending anything back. You don't want to be waiting 8 weeks for more stuff. So you have to work with what you've got, and that's part of the nature of the job with everything. But yeah, I think it's going to look good. I think it's going to look pretty special.
Yeah, I think good's an understatement. That thing's going to look crazy.
Wait till the water feature goes in at the back.
Yeah.
Which, I can't even show you about that one yet, but that'll be a nice surprise for episode 3.
Yeah, definitely.
Mega surprise.
Yeah, I'm really excited to carry on coming back and seeing more of what you're doing. I know you're putting a bit more Limington Dune around the porch and stuff. You're doing a bit of bespoke masonry to some of our steps there as well, aren't you?
Yeah, touching up some of the bullnosing and just bullnosing the ends and stuff. Again, acid etching bits and just playing around with bits and bobs really, and coming up with something a bit more sort of unique than straight off the shelf. That's the thing. We always try and just make something a bit better than if you bought it off the shelf. I think that's what Tom Hill does. We we just do it. We get Tom Hill's, it's all Tom Hill's ideas, basically. We just make them happen.
One of the main things I love about this is the combo of the more rustic stones. So you've got like some rustic cobbles out the front, and then the pictures, that thin walling that you've laid vertically on that wall. That's quite a rustic stone as well. And the Lymington Dune's a bit more contemporary, just got a nice like contrast going on.
I think that's why we went for the Dune, which is obviously kind of acid etched. I think it does give it a bit more of a rustic feel than maybe the shinier product that's out, the smoother one that you do, the beige. That's it. That for me is sort of pretty
too modern looking, too contemporary probably.
Against the other materials on the project, I would say. I mean, I love all those sort of Egyptian limestones. They're beautiful. You know, whatever finish it's in, it's a gorgeous product. You know, so whether it's in a cobble or a pavia or a slab, or you know,
it's just matching it to the project.
I think so. And it's nice that product has that versatility. You know, you can have it smooth and shiny and it becomes modern, or you can have it a bit chipped around the edges and a bit rough on the top and it becomes a bit more rustic. You know, and that's the versatility of a nice stone. You know, you can have it more than one way.
The main thing that you're looking forward to about the end part of this job is what, possibly the water feature, or
finishing? I've been here a while now. I haven't really got there's too many good parts.
It's full of stuff.
You know, like even some of the trees, just like I'm looking forward to coming back in 18 months when it's all matured.
I mean, you earlier on you said to me, oh, that bit down the end's quite cool. Have you seen those ferns? And I've been in the garden previously to today, obviously, and then also for a few minutes walking around at that point. I hadn't even noticed, but at the back you've got like 3 or 4 like nice, really big, mature, like
9-foot tree ferns, and it's like Jurassic Park, that bit.
Yeah, it's
the joke of it is we only planted those a couple of days ago, and when the 9-footer was delivered, 3 of us carried it in on our shoulder, but it's really heavy. So to cheer us on, we actually had Holly, who works for us, playing the Jurassic Park theme tune in the background. So that actually helped us get it up to the back of the garden. I mean, it probably weighs like 150 kilos. A massive thing, and I believe in this country they grow like a centimetre a year, so I know they come from Tasmania.
I thought it was like New Zealand way.
Tasmania, they're a weed, aren't they? Believe it or not, they're a weed over there. I'd like to think they grow a bit quicker over there than they do here.
I think they must do,
otherwise it's 300 years old. But but there's some great things to look at, and there's more great stuff coming. So maybe we could squeeze 4 episodes out of it. There's still so much more to do.
One thing I hope is that I will be sort of coming here at some point when it's finished.
100%.
Keep you having
100%.
to do good work.
100%. Worst case, I just fly the drone over. If Dave doesn't let me in, then I just fly the drone over. Sorry, David. Nah, the client's great. And that's one of the beautiful things about being here is the clients are so nice. And for me, that's mega important. You know, we've got a great relationship. He's excited about seeing it all come together. You know, we've been here a while, and every landscaper knows that when you've been on a job for 4 or 5 months, you know, the clients want to, the client wants to see the back of you as much as they like you. They want to see the back of you, and you know, you want to be out of their hair as well. You want to be out of their job. But detailed work takes time. And detailed work can't be done in the rain, and like winter projects, big winter projects, they always end up, you know, dragging on a bit too long. But
you're doing bits
the client's very understanding on this one, so it's good.
You're doing bits that kind of, you know, not many people have done in, you know, an area that you wouldn't know how the ground's going to react, how the weather's going to be. You can't really put a, you know, I always
put time on it.
I always end up putting you guys on the spot and saying like, when are you going to be finished? It's impossible to say, isn't it?
And a lot of it's work, you know, a lot of it'd be hard to achieve in a workshop in dry conditions, and do you know what I mean? Nice warm workshop with a heater and stuff. It'd still be hard to achieve some of the things that we managed to achieve in the pissing wind and the rain and the miserable, like, you know, the bad weather. So it's it is difficult, but that's what makes it fun, and it's what keeps us doing it. You know, it's a challenge, isn't it, at the end of the day? And
well, I will be coming back to see you soon, mate. But,
yeah, I look forward to it.
Yeah, really excited to see what you're doing.
Bring some donuts or something next time.
Yeah, I think donuts. Or it's Friday. I should have brought a little tip of some sort.
Yeah, maybe.
Sunny Friday.
Donuts.
But donuts.
Donuts.
Okay, donuts. Episode 3 will be donuts.
Perfect. Look forward to it.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.